Surah Yousuf, Prophet Joseph, peace be upon him, verse number 31 to 60. I seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from accursed shaitan devil, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. So when she heard of their accusation, she sent for them and prepared a banquet for them. She gave each one of them a knife to cut the food stuff with. And she said to Yousuf, Joseph, peace be upon him, come out before them. Then when they saw him, they exalted him at his beauty, and in their astonishment cut their hands. They said, how perfect is Allah, or Allah forbid, no man is this. This is none other than a noble angel. She said, this is he, the young man, about whom you did blame me, and I did seek to seduce him, but he refused. And now if he refuses to obey my order, he shall certainly be cast into prison, and will be one of those who are disgraced. He said, O my Lord, prison is dearer to me than that to which they invite me. Unless you turn away their plot from me, I will feel inclined towards them and be one of those who commit sin and deserve blame, or those who do deeds of the ignorant. So his Lord answered his invocation and turned away from their plot. Verily he is the all-hearer, the all-knower. Then it occurred to them, after they had seen the proofs of his innocence, to imprison him for a time. And there entered with him 2 young men in the prison. One of them said, verily I saw myself in a dream pressing wine. The other said, verily I saw myself in a dream carrying bread on my head, and birds were eating thereof. They said, inform us of the interpretation of this. Verily we think you are one of the Muhsinin, doers of good. He said, no food will come to you in wakefulness or in dream as your provision, but I will inform in wakefulness its interpretation before the food comes. This is of that which my Lord has taught me. Verily I have abandoned the religion of the people that believe not in Allah and are disbelievers in the hereafter. The Canaanian of Egypt, who were polytheists and used to worship the sun and other false deities, and I have followed the religion of my fathers, Abraham, peace be upon him, Ishaq, peace be upon him, and Jacob, peace be upon him, and never could we attribute any partners whatsoever to Allah. This is from the grace of Allah to us and to mankind, but most men thank not, they neither believe in Allah nor worship him. O 2 companions of the prison, are many different lords, gods better, or Allah, the one, the irresistible? You do not worship besides him, but only names which you have named forged, you and your fathers, for which Allah has sent down no authority. The command or the judgment is for none but Allah. He has commanded that you worship none but him. His monotheism, that is the true state religion, but most men know not. O 2 companions of the prison, as for one of you, he has a servant will pour out wine for his lord, king or master to drink, and as for the other, he will be crucified and birds will eat from his head. Thus is the case judged, concerning which you both did inquire. And he said to the one whom he knew to be saved, mention me to your Lord, your King, so as to get me out of the prison. But the Satan made him forget to mention it to his Lord, or Satan made Joseph, peace be upon him, to forget the remembrance of his Lord, Allah as to ask for his help instead of others. So Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, stayed in prison a few more years. And the king of Egypt said, Verily I saw in a dream 7 fat cows, whom 7 lean ones were devouring, and 7 green ears of corn, and 7 other dry. O notables, explain to me my dream, if it be that you can interpret dreams. They said, Mixed up false dreams, and we are not skilled in the interpretation of the dreams. Then the man who was released, one of the 2 who were in the prison, now at length remembered and said, I will tell you its interpretation, so send me forth. He said, O Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, the man of truth, explain to us the dream of 7 fat cows, whom 7 lean ones were devouring, and of 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others dry, that I may return to the people, and that they may know. Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, said, For 7 consecutive years you shall sow as usual, and that the harvest which you reap you shall leave it in the ears, all except a little of it which you may eat. Then will you come after that 7 hard years, which will devour what you have laid by in advance for them, all except a little of that which you have guarded stored. Then thereafter will come a year in which people will have abundant rain, and in which they will press wine and oil. And the king said, Bring him to me. But when the messenger came to him, Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, said, Return to your lord and ask him, What happened to the women who cut their hands? Surely my lord Allah is all-knower of their plot. The king said to the women, What was your affairs when you did seek to seduce Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him? The women said, Allah forbid, no evil know we against him. The wife of Al-Aziz said, Now the truth is manifest to all. It was I who sought to seduce him, and he is surely of the truthful. Then Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, said, I asked for this inquiry in order that he Al-Aziz may know that I betrayed him not in his absence. And verily Allah guides not the plot of the betrayers, and I free not myself from the blame. Verily the human self is inclined to evil, except when my Lord bestows his mercy upon whom he wills. Verily my Lord is of forgiving, most merciful. And the king said, Bring him to me, that I may attach him to my person. Then when he spoke to him, he said, Verily this day you are with us, high in rank and fully trusted. Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, said, Set me over the store houses of the land. I will indeed guard them with full knowledge as the minister of finance in Egypt. Thus did we give full authority to Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, in the land to take possession therein, when or where he likes. We bestow of our mercy on whom we will, and we make not to be lost the reward of Al-Muhsanin, the good doers. And verily the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believe and use to fear and keep their duty to him by abstaining from all kinds of sins and evil deeds, and by performing all kinds of righteous good deeds. And Yusuf Joseph, peace be upon him, brethren, came, and they entered to him, and he recognized them, but they recognized him not. And when he had furnished them with their provisions according to their need, he said, Bring me a brother of yours from your father. He meant Benjamin. See you not that I give full measure, and that I am the best of the hosts? But if you bring him not to me, there shall be no measure of corn for you with me, nor shall you come near me.